Hello, everybody! We got the Battlebots pregame show on. It's Thursday. We got Kristen. We got Battlebots. Kristen, how are you doing today? Yeah!
Woo! Happy Thursday.
We are here. We are ready for Battlebots. Kristen is ready. Our guest Yoro is ready. Let's just start right into it. Free shipping and the great self-portrait of Hydra that Amber did. Thank you very much. Kristen, why don't you tell us what happened in this matchup?
Nothing happened in this fight. It was really weird. Honestly, so weird. We got a show with only 5 matches. Normally there's 7. We only got 5 last week.
Yeah, really weird. The feed just cut out. It was completely black. It almost, you know what, Kristen, it happens almost every time when a certain bot comes on.
Yeah.
Do you know what that bot's name? It's
this beautiful little thing right next to me and behind me.
That's true. It is a beautiful purple trash can, but it goes by the name of it doesn't matter what that bot's name is. We got Huge over by me, Macho, the Macho champion of the VTubers, and we got Fusion on fucking fire behind Chris. And Chris, I hope you're okay. If you need to stop, drop, and roll, please do it. Don't let the fire spread to you. Macho is going to talk about this fight quickly so our friend and co-host of the Battlebots pregame show does not catch on fire. Huge is firing on all cylinders, and it's been a long time coming. Who's going to beat Huge? No one knows, but it sure wasn't Fusion as it got open with like a can of sardines. But unlike a can of sardines, I don't think a can of sardines would catch on fire, Kristen. Huge looking locked in and focused and ready to take that #1 seed in the tournament? Who knows?
Sadly, the glitch for Honeymoon is over. They have just not been able to perform, and they lost in a weapon-to-weapon hit to Lockjaw. So glitch is, they're supposed to win those because their spinner is massive, and it's not been their year, unfortunately. They're in their sophomore slump, I think is what some like to say.
The fight between Beta over by Macho and Shatter, no one knows what happened. Again, super weird.
Yeah.
The feed just cut out, and we'll never know what happened. Oh well, who cares? No one cares. Let's go on to the next fight.
Please.
It's almost like they don't want to put jabronis. They don't want to put jabronis on the television. And you know what?
They're like embarrassed with their content.
We stand by that. The jabroni list is getting fuller by the day. Look at this, Kristen. Macho had to split it into 2 pieces. The jabroni list is growing each and every day. It needs to be stopped. And who knows? We need to warn people about what is happening.
So after this performance, Quantum has to be in the talks for the top seed in their bracket. It was amazing. They have shown nothing but dominance in the battle box. Basically, there's like little to no weakness. Quantum, they can drive really well. They can stand alone with anyone in the field, and then they just chomp down, and it's over for the other bot. I mean, they defeated the undefeatable Black Dragon.
If you guys were paying attention when I showed the jabroni list, Slammo has now been added to the jabroni list after this performance with Teratrops, a rookie bot, an unproven rookie bot, and he got taken to fucking school, Kristen. It was an embarrassment. Slam Out took one hit and it was over. Teratrops, on the other hand, didn't look too bad for a new bot, if I'm honest. The only thing that Macho is confused about is that little bar between the lifters. It's right in the way of the spinner. Macho doesn't understand that. But other than that, they look pretty solid. Teratrops, maybe a little, definitely one of the better new bots we have seen. The bar for new bots this year has been set meteorically low.
This was a pretty one-sided match here, so it was brother versus brother, and we did wonder if they were going to throw the match or something, but Blip came out with a victory. Finally, they got their win. Was it orchestrated? We won't know, but probably not. It was really cool to see how much they like support each other and love each other. They were all wearing each other's pins. But yeah, Blip is definitely on an uphill climb to make it into the tournament. Tantrum will most definitely probably still make it.
Yoro, why don't you unmute yourself in Discord and say hello to everyone watching through the video scope? Yoro, why don't you introduce yourself to the thousands of people watching the Battlebots pregame show through the video scope? Why don't you do it now? Yeah!
Let's just see everybody. It is I, Supreme Yoroyoyo of the great country of Yo-Yo Mania, and I have graciously began doing this on this television screen so that way we can talk about Battlebots.
Yoro, are you ready to talk about Battlebots?
I'm so ready. I did my homework.
Oh, yeah, that's what Macho likes to hear, baby. Let's go. All right, we're just going to jump straight in to the first match. Oh, man. Oh, Kristen, I'm getting. Oh, no. What's happening? Oh, no. Oh, the jabroni alert.
Oh, no.
The jabroni alert is happening. Everyone take cover. We got a match between two jabronis. This is not a test. Everyone take shelter. We got Gruff over by Macho. We got Witch Doctor over by Kristen. As we can see here, it is a fight of the jabroni list. Kristen, who's gonna win this matchup and why? We're gonna go Kristen, Yoro, and then Macho.
You know, it was honestly a really hard decision to make because they both are just so mid. So I went with Witch Doctor because they have an actual weapon that seems to be working a fair amount of the time, and Gruff just sucks. And a flamethrower will never be a legitimate weapon in my eyes. I'm sorry.
I have to say, I will agree with Kristen here. I like Witch Doctor a little bit more. Also, I do think Gruff, I think I agree, the flamethrower, pretty mid. I don't know. That just seems a little cringe to me. Having a fucking flamethrower on your little bot, no. But I also did look at Witch Doctor's battle stats, and it seemed they just generally have a higher chance of winning based on like the stats. So I'll have to go with Witch Doctor on this one. Also, they're cooler, and Gruff looks kind of mid and has no personality. Sorry.
The jabroni alert is in full swing. Everyone take cover. It's the jabroni alert in one corner. We got the Gruff Brony, who is convinced fire is a weapon. Fire is as effective as a weapon as the U.S. government effectively enforced the prohibition banning of alcohol in the 1920s, yeah! As the jabronis have broken containment and are in fact in Macho's stream, it's bad. Hell has frozen over, but what hasn't frozen over is the spinner of Witch Doctor is a jabroni slayer on a jabroni bot. And that jabroni slayer is going to make jabroni mincemeat of the jabroni Gruff. But Macho is offering the ultimate jabroni jobber Gruff something enticing. Something that no jabroni could ever refuse, yeah! If Gruff wins this match, he will be taken off of the jabroni list. You have my word. If Gruff beats Witch Doctor, he will forever be taken off the jabroni list. Take it down, Witch Doctor will go down in jabroni history. Gruff for the win, off the jabroni list. This win will make Witch Doctor look like a bigger jabroni than Corridor Digital, thinking stealing frames from an anime and making an AI animate off of those was a good idea, yeah! Whew! Alright, we got another jabroni over by Macho, Malice, and Valkyrie, who is very close to being on the jabroni list. Kristen, take it away. Who is going to win this matchup and why?
This was, again, another one where I'm like, shit, just pick your poison, I guess. Because I have a feeling this match is going to suck. So this might be an early bathroom break match for everyone. Like, get your snacks, get your dinner ready during this fight, maybe. I just don't see it having a lot of action. Because after Valkyrie's last performance with their new team, I have zero confidence in them. And Malice won their last fight basically on a technicality, which does not instill any confidence in me either. So I basically tossed a coin, and I went with Malice.
Listen, I'm sorry. I'm going to have a controversial take, and I'm going to say that I have to go with the jabroni on this one. First of all, because he looks much cooler than Valkyrie. I'm just going to say it. I like the edge. A little bit more personality. Valkyrie's just too clean for me, okay? Too clean. And I like drums. Anyway, I like the little thing. Yeah, I mess with that very hard. So I'm sorry, Macho. I have to go with the jabroni on this one. I mean, again, like Kristen said, it's one of those things where like, kind of mid, but also, I also like it when teams win on technicalities because I think it's very funny. So I think it'd be funny if they keep winning on technicalities.
Macho is watching the outcome of this match very closely, yeah. He's got the outcome of this match in his scope. Yeah, he's not gonna take his buff eyes off of it, as Valkyrie is very close to being put on the jabroni list. You could see it right there at the bottom right. There's a spot for it right there. Last time we saw both of these spots, they were pretty bad, or as Yoro would say it, pretty mid. Even in a win, Malice looked awful, as the Columbus native team Emulsifier took out the trash with Malice and split it open for everyone to see. It was a massacre. They had to blur out the screen. Amber had to close her eyes. She was crying. It was a disaster. Valkyrie, on the other hand, should have wiped the floor with Banshee in his last match, but they could not pull it off like some sort of jabroni cancer. It was ridiculous what Macho saw in that match. Now, both of these bots have almost zero, arguably negative momentum going into these matches. The only way Macho will ever pick Malice to win a match is if he is dead and someone is controlling his body with puppet strings and gets him to say Malice will win. So Macho has seen Valkyrie be a dominant bot. Valkyrie is a very, very good and solid bot. Malice sucks. Valkyrie is going to win today because Malice sucks and is a jabroni and is in fact on the jabroni list, tattooed, and will never come off.
You have to be permanently on the jabroni list if you lose a match on your ass. Like, literally, Malice got stuck upright on its butt.
That's true, it has a square butt.
One of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen.
Like, how can you not think of that? Did you not, like, flip the bot on its, like, back and see if it can flip over? Like, I don't get it. I don't get how that slipped. I don't know.
I guess it's a tell to the true balance of the machine, but like, Jesus.
It hurts Macho's big buff brain, but what doesn't hurt Macho's big buff brain is the glorious bot Mad Catter behind me. And we got the mid Big Dill over there, who Mad Catter is going to destroy, and I'm sure Kristen is going to say the exact same thing. Kristen, take it away.
So this is easy money for Mad Catter. Big Dill has improved their driving skill a lot over the last year, I will give them that, but it's still not enough to hold against the pure aggression and power of Mad Catter. Martin Mason and his team, they're just going to keep hitting Big Dill until there's nothing left but a pile of relish.
Ooh. Damn, Kristen.
I will say two main things. First of all, Mad Catter has definitely a better chance of winning with the win percentage. Like, if you look at Big Deals, bruh, what the hell are those numbers? But numbers ain't everything. However, I will say that Big Deal's team looks like they could be the Impractical Jokers. Meanwhile, Mad Catter looks like they could be Mythbusters. So that's my comparison just a little bit. But I will say, I think Mad Catter for the win 100%, 1000% here.
We like Yoro already because, you know,
Yeah.
we stand Martin Mason and Mad Catter over here. Mad Catter mania is upon us. Now, the last fight was Mad Catter was just a minor speed bump. A minor speed bump in the macho journey of Mad Catter. Yeah, Mad Catter is here for one thing, and that's the giant nut, baby. Nothing is going to stop Mad Catter from obtaining and caressing the giant nut in Martin Mason's big, buff, beautiful hands. Do you think Big Dill is going to stop this wave of macho energy that Martin Mason and Mad Catter brings? No. The one thing big on Big Dill is the amount of matches that it has choked away. Yeah, Big Dill chokes in big moments more than the Buffalo Bills. Mad Catter is going to come in and to not only destroy Big Dill, as quite frankly, Macho and Kristen and Yoro all know that. We all know that this is going to be a massacre. But it is also going to destroy every single thing that Big Dill has ever loved in the past, present, and future. Mad Catter is going to make Big Dill look worse than Corridor Digital's image after spitting in the face of pissed off, underpaid, overworked animators when creating their jabroni AI created anime that no one should watch because it is a disgrace to the industry. But what isn't a disgrace to the industry is Mad Catter and Martin Mason taking the victory today. Ooh, yes. All right, next fight. We got the beautiful boy Ribot over here. Macho, let's give him a little kiss. And Jackpot over by Kristen. Kristen, take it away. Who is going to win this matchup? There's clearly a correct answer here. Macho's gonna put a little warning.
This fight has me like the teeniest bit nervous for Ribot, but also Jackpot has not done great so far this season. Both of their previous fights, Jackpot was KO'd. So I'm predicting that will be the case again tonight. So they're not even gonna make the tournament this year. It's gonna be sad. But as long as Ribot's drive is solid, and it usually is, they will go on the aggressive side and punch out that win.
So when I first saw this list, I go, oh yeah, I like Jackpot. I'll say Jackpot's gonna win. But then I did research in the Ribot, and I was like, they literally have a plushie of their robot. They have a little frog plushie in the picture, like the dude's holding a little frog plushie. How could I say no to that? How could I say no to that face? So like, obviously, I think Cute is gonna triumph over Las Vegas, I guess, as it always should and always will. So I think the Froggy gonna win. I say go Froggy, you can do it, but for life.
Jackpot has looked about as dead as you guys know what you got. What
I'm
Macho's
ready
gonna
for
say.
it. Hit us.
Ribot has looked about as dead as Corridor Digital's channel after ripping off frames of Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust for an AI-generated anime. Ooh, yeah! Ribot is going to come in and fight like us artists fighting for regulation on AI scraping, stealing our art. Macho can't be too hard on Jackpot, though, as it clearly took a lot of smart people being very creative and passionate about what they do to even make a BattleBot compete at this level. They didn't take the easy way out. They didn't have a robot build their bot by stitching different robots together. Sadly, with what Jackpot has shown us, Macho cannot defend them winning this match, just like you will never see Macho defending AI art or Corridor Digital. Ribot with a strong, commanding win for our froggy little boy, who Macho will give another kiss right now.
We have another twin matchup where the weapons are extremely similar. The problem here, though, is that Scorpios is a lot weaker than Sawblaze. Sawblaze is not only amazing at driving and has a super powerful weapon, but they're also aggressive as hell with their strategy. Like, they are scary with how aggressive they are. They do not care if you are already dying. They will come in and continue to hit you, which is cool. Sometimes. But I have a feeling that Sawblaze is going to get another commanding knockout over Scorpios tonight.
For the underdog, yeah, I'm kind of rooting for Scorpios. I don't know, like, there's something so wholesome. Like, when I was reading their thing, they're like, we want to spread knowledge of building robots. I'm like, wow, that's great. I'm rooting for them because they seem wholesome. And I mean, look at the track record. It seems pretty good. I mean, both them were pretty high actually, but I don't know. I just think Scorpio, I'm rooting for you. I think that you can play the long con, you can play defensively, and you can do it. You know, you don't have to play aggressively to win. I mean, sure, aggression is pretty cool, but sometimes just the best offense is a good defense. You know what I mean?
This is a mirror matchup, right? Mirror matchups usually are boring, but we've come accustomed to them on Battlebots with the Battlebots meta, with the Vert Spinner meta. Now, Battlebots pregame show here, we've seen Vert mirror matches every week, but this Hammer Saw matchup is interesting. We haven't seen some Hammer Saw action, right? We haven't really seen that before. It's unexplored territory, yeah. Now, these bots look very similar and want to do the same thing, but they have different styles. Something that AI art will never be able to replicate without stealing. Sawblaze has looked like the bot to beat this year, and to be honest, Macho does not see that changing. This match will look kind of strange, both wanting to do the overhead chop, but when bots are similar in mirror matches, you gotta go with the driving advantage, and the driving advantage will definitely go to Sawblaze here, and I think Sawblaze is going to pick up a victory here. It's going to be a weird match. I don't think it will be a quick match, but it will be strange. All right, we got Ripperoni over by Macho, not Kristen. Hijinks is over by Kristen. Kristen, who is going to win this matchup and why?
Hijinks has been awful so far this season. So I kind of wonder if the matchmakers, if there are matchmakers, for the season, we're like, oh, let's throw Hijinks a bone and have them go against this rookie bot Ripperoni. Well, ha ha ha! Joke's on them, because that was a poor decision on their part, because Ripperoni took down the almighty Endgame. Now they're going to ride that high into the start of this match, and I have a feeling Ripperoni is going to be adding a new topping to their pizza tonight after tonight's fight. It's going to be some pieces of Hijinks.
I believe in the pizza pasta god that is Ripperoni.
Nice.
I know they're rookies, and I love Hijinks, like whole personality, like and their like the creators of their teams, like vibes. It's very excellent. However, I believe I am always a fan of people who just like shit post in very serious situations. So I am praying for the pizza pasta gods to absolutely destroy Hijinks here, because I believe in them. I believe in that really long pepper shaker. I believe in the double stuffed crust. Okay,
let's go.
I need them.
Ripperoni came away with a huge W last week with a big upset of Endgame, which has definitely been the biggest upset of the year so far. Not the biggest upset of all time, like Battlebots will definitely say multiple times. As we all know, the biggest upset of all time is when Glitch beat that one bot that, Kristen, what was that one bot's name that Glitch beat last year? It starts with an H. It ends with a draw. It doesn't matter what that bot's name is. That W that Ripperoni came away with was fat and juicy. But sadly, that W was not bigger than the L Corridor Digital took when they posted that AI-generated anime on their channel. Hijinks is now going against Ripperoni, and let's see that Ripperoni is going to come out and abuse Hijinks just like Corridor Digital abused the copyright law with copying that anime that they said that they took all the frames from. Yeah! But unlike the copyright law, currently with AI art, this match will have consequences, and the consequences of Ripperoni are real, because Ripperoni will be feasting on not its own pizza, but Hijinks' pizza of its pieces all over the Battlebots floor. Ooh, yeah! We got the main event, baby. Endgame over by Macho and Hypershock over by Kristen. Now, I know who Kristen is going to pick, but Kristen, why don't you go ahead and tell us who you think is going to win this one and why?
Endgame, coming off of a tough loss against Ripperoni. Will they be able to get their dignity back against the gorgeous heartthrob of Battlebots that is Whale Bales? I think a lot of this match will be determined by what kind of forks Endgame comes out with. because we've seen it a lot this year. The forks really determine the game. And if they come out with those ridiculous looking chopstick things that they had against Ripperoni, then they're going to lose. But if Endgame comes out with their original designed piano key forks, then they might have the upper hand. So everyone, prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves. I'm saying it once, and then I will deny it every time after. Picking Endgame to win.
Oh my god!
I said it. I will not repeat it.
Oh my god! It's
will not repeat it.
ridiculous.
This was actually the one match I actually had trouble like choosing between, because for like if I who to choose, I start basing off of appearances, and both look pretty cool. But then I saw the crew at game wear glasses indoors, and I'm like, I don't know about this one, Chief. I don't know about this one.
They got their pit vipers.
I'm wearing sunglasses indoors. What does that mean?
Well, listen. There's a difference between the swag that you have and the swag they have. Let me explain it.
All right. You saved yourself that time, Euro. Okay, you're okay.
I will say that Kristen is right. Will Bales do look a friend though. Also, I just like Hypershock. Overall look in general. I like it's got personality. It's got character, and I have to go with it. Also, like 18 years of competing. Like, damn, bro, you got stuff under your belt, and you know we're always in it for the hot-blooded rookie, but sometimes we like the veterans in the group. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to go with Hypershock here.
This is a mirror match for Spinner. We see that over and over again. Now, when it comes to mirror matches, we gotta go with driving skill, and driving skill is no better than Will Bales. And he has practiced, obviously, for years and years at it, you know, like animators do. You know, they practice their craft over and over again. Not like that jabroni animator Corridor Digital poster when they just shoved it into a raw dogged it into an AI bot, spit out something atrocious and an abysmal disgrace to the creative network and the creative profession. But Endgame, on the other hand, is and always will be a top tier bot. Now, what is interesting about this match that I thought of before is both of these bots cannot flip themselves over. I'm imagining this match where they both like hit the weapon and they both get on their backs and like it's got to go to the judges. That would be hilarious. Can Endgame in the ground game get under Hypershock? Probably. Can Hypershock get around the forks of Endgame? Probably. It will be I'm sure Hypershock will be doing a big old circle around Endgame and waiting for its chance to strike. But, as we can see, Endgame can handle some punches. It's going to be interesting. Macho is going to give it to Hypershock. This one will be weird. And, yeah. Who knows what's going to happen? Macho knows what's going to happen. Hypershock is going to win. Excellent. All right. Well, we are going to end here. I'm not going to raid anyone because we got to go straight into Discord. I'll see you guys there. Yo, thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging out. Until next time on the Macho Battlebots pregame show. Macho guys, we're ending.